Hey guys, it is Brent Daniels, and let's value some properties. Let's comp some properties here. I want you guys to kind of see the way that my brain works and the 15 years experience that I have comping thousands of properties. Because I know, listen to me, I know one of the biggest, toughest issues when you're starting in this business is this a deal or not a deal at this price? And once you can figure that out, now you have so much power, you have so much confidence, you move forward, you start building your business, you start hiring people, you start making millions. But at the very root of this is this a deal or no deal? And do I know how to value this property? So I'm going to talk a little bit louder in this video. I'm obviously already loud, but we've got a crazy party going on next door. I'm in the studio, so I'll do my best. If somebody interrupts, then we're just going to roll with it, okay? So here's the deal. What I like to do is, obviously, you guys know at www.ttpdata.com, you go there, you get a free trial of PropStream. Now, this is PropStream. Now, I'm going to use PropStream just to give us our example address, but then I'm going to put it into Zillow, I'm going to put it into Redfin, and I'm going to put it into Trulia. Okay, these are the top 3 sites that kind of do valuations for property. So we're going to kind of get a baseline price on these things, and then I'm going to deep dive in PropStream so that you know exactly what I do to be able to know what to offer these homeowners or these property owners. So what I'm going to start with here is I'm going to just put in Phoenix and just let this thing do its job. The beautiful thing about PropStream is it's literally designed for you and I. This thing's designed to pull up the people that are in distress. And listen, it's got all the data that you would need, but it pulls the properties in distress. So I'm going to start here because I think pre-foreclosures are making a comeback. I think they're making a comeback. I think there's some opportunities here. Not a ton, because they do get they are one of the most competitive, because now you're competing against real estate agents as well. But let's not worry about that. Let's go here. Let's go. Not that this matters, but I'm going to just give you guys a little bit of what I like to do here. Equity. I like to throw in 30% minimum of estimated equity. And I want to make sure that these are not on the market. See, MLS status, on market, no. And this is just really some basic stuff that I like putting in there just so that we can get a good baseline. Now, I don't know if these properties are available by the time you watch this, but this is more academic. This is more exercise so that you guys know how to pull properties or pull comps for these properties, okay? So let's just look at... let's go here. Let's go 8214 Osborne. Okay. Now, right here, this has an estimated value of 222. Now, what I want you guys to do is I want you to kind of play around with this. And if you guys listen, if you don't want to spend the $97 a month for PropStream, I get it, or you don't have it, I get it. Use Zillow, Redfin, and Trulia. They're absolutely free. Now you're going to see that there's a stark difference between PropStream and the other 3, in which I'll show you. There's way more tools, but let's see what they have this thing valued at, okay? And that's Phoenix, boom, okay? We're going to put that there. We're going to put that there. And we're going to put that here. And this will give you a good kind of baseline, right? So we've got that in there. So, and I've got my little pad of paper, I've got my pen, and I go right here. We're going to start with Trulia. Trulia has it at 197. Okay, easy enough. Redfin has it at 228. Interesting. Redfin has it at 228. And remember, with Redfin, Zillow, and Trulia, they're assuming these are fixed up properties. They're taking the top comps and they're assuming that this is a move-in ready, beautiful house. Okay, obviously that it's probably not. It might be, but just looking at this picture here, probably not. But it gives us a good baseline of what it'll sell for when it's fixed up. And then Zillow has it at 198. Okay, so Zillow's got it at 198, so you've got that there. And now we look to PropStream. PropStream has this thing closer to the Redfin value. Now, but I'm thinking to myself, okay, wait a second. I've got two here. Trulia and Zillow are under 200,000. This, and then I've got two around 220, 230. That's a big difference for this house. So I want to do a little bit more digging, and that's the beautiful thing about this freaking PropStream. It's bananas. I just love this thing. Anyway, so I want to look. I'm not going to get into the foreclosure details, although if you are looking, the auction date's here, which is great. You got to see that you have enough time if you are going after pre-foreclosures to get in there, talk to the homeowner, make sure that they've got enough time so that it doesn't foreclose on them while you're in the process of trying to buy the property or wholesale it, right? So I do like looking at that. And here's the comparables. Okay, now this is really, really interesting and something that I want you to pay attention to, because as it's pulling the comparables, it's going to start pulling properties that are close to it. Sorry, I'm trying to get over here. This is the subject property, okay, and you can see that these are some properties that have sold recently. Now look, new construction here. That's not new. This property is not new. This property was built in 1961. I'm not going to use these comps here, right? I'm getting rid of these. That doesn't make any sense. I'm looking at this. Okay, so I've got Osborne here at 195. Interesting. So this is literally down the street. This is literally right here on the street with it, sold at 195. Okay, and look, this actually has some photos of it if it'll pull up, which is bananas, because PropStream will show you the condition of this thing, but it's not showing for some reason. Their photos are down. I could probably Google this if I wanted to and find what those photos look like on Zillow if they're still up. Why don't we do that? Why don't we take a look at what's going on here? Because I want to see if this is fixed up or if this property is still in rough condition. So I'm pulling the comparable here, and I'm looking. Here's the pictures. Boom, 25 pictures. Clean. Looks clean. Okay. I'm going fast. Oh, dated. It's C195 and it's dated. See, this is interesting. So somebody spent $195 on this and it still needs renovations. That's really, really, really interesting. So what would it sell for if somebody put money into it? Could it sell for that $230? Absolutely. So I think we're closer. I think PropStream is actually pretty close with the valuation on this, more than Zillow is. Zillow might be pulling some low estimates. But let's see. This one's 1,900 square feet. And our property here on PropStream, I think, was 2,500 square feet. So it's a bit bigger, but it is a two-story, and that's always going to play things off. Remember, one stories are always going to sell more than two stories. It's just preferred because some people can't do stairs. So one stories, and plus it's easier to cool and to heat. At least in Phoenix. If your market's different, don't burn me up here on the comments section. But you can see that right here, it's 2,400 square feet. 220. I actually think this is really interesting. I'm thinking that we're closer to here. If this is cleaned up, looking good, I think you're closer to 245 on this deal. I think that, looking at this thing as a 230 is a little bit low. If I'm looking at that one that's sold right here, right next to it, for, what was it, 195, totally unrenovated and 500 square feet smaller. Now, from there, what do? Well, now you've looked in your comps. And listen, I've never pulled this before. I didn't know this address. I'm just looking at this, and I understand that a house that big and a house completely renovated that's big next to a house that's not renovated, that's smaller, and that one sold for 195, really, really, really telling, really interesting. And I would pull that, and I would think that it's actually worth a little bit more at a 245 value on that one. Now, let's look at what's owed on this thing. Well, what's owed on this property is only $76,000. That's it. That's all that's owed on this property, $76,000. Is this a deal you should be going after? Yes. Is it in pre-foreclosure? Yes. Why are they foreclosing on a $76,000 mortgage when this house could be worth $240,000? Now remember, here's the interesting thing. This thing, the bigger the house, the more cost the more budget you need to have for the fix-ups, without a doubt. So I'm thinking on this one, minimum is probably $50,000. okay, because it's 2,400 square feet. So I would budget, in my mind, a $50,000 rehab. It could need more once you see it, but in my mind, I go 50,000. Now here's the equation, and I wish I could put this up here. It won't make sense, so write it down, take some notes. And this is here in Arizona, or anything I think above 200,000. Typically, a flipper wants to make at least 20,000 on a flip, probably closer to 25,000. But I know here in Phoenix, it's so competitive that they want to make about 10% of the total sales price. So if we're selling this thing for 240,000, if it goes for 240,000, I'm thinking they want to make at least 24,000. So what I do is I take 240,000 and I times that by 0.84. 10% for the profits, 6% for the closing costs and commissions and everything there. Now I get it, agents cost 6% themselves, and there's title and escrow fees and closing attorney fees and all these things, but usually flippers are selling it themselves or they get a deal, so it usually costs around 6%. Now I get it, everybody out there, calm down, put the pitchforks down. I understand everybody says ARV times 0.7. Yeah, if the properties are under 150,000, absolutely fine. But if you start getting higher in values, no, that gets lower. So 0.84 minus the repairs equals what you can sell it for. So what I'm looking at here is if this thing's 200, I'm going to just do math here on the video with you guys. 240, we'll be conservative, times 0.84 minus 50,000. I think that I can sell this for $151,600. So where do I need to be? Well, I like making $27,000 per deal. We usually build in $25,000, so I would offer them about $126,000. And that's where I'd be, and that's where I'd start, and that's where I'd start negotiating with the owner of this property and see if I could pick this thing up for $126,000. Now, let me ask you this: looking at this, reviewing this, looking at this, do you think if I could lock this up for $126,000 that it would be a smoking deal? You better be shaking your head at the screen. Absolutely. So that's just a little bit. I'll do more of these if you want. Put down in the comments below if there's certain properties you want me to comp, or if you like this and you want me to do more of these. I don't know, guys. I want you guys to get the most value possible out of these videos. So, I just try things here and there. I know that a lot of people have problems comping properties and getting valuations. So I want to make sure that I give you that value. Guys, I can't stress PropStream enough. Listen, I get it. I'm an affiliate, ttpdata.com. You go there, you sign up. Obviously, I'm an affiliate, but I'm an affiliate. I only work with companies that I use every single day, that my company uses, that we pull lists from, that we use. I'm telling you, $97 a month, you pull 10,000 addresses of distressed property owners. You then skip trace it at batchskiptracing.com, and now you're calling people and getting deals. So, it's phenomenal. Anyway, it's a really smart tool, ttpdata.com. Definitely check it out. Hope you use it. Hope you get into it and really dig in, because it's very, very robust. There's a lot more to it. If you don't have a budget, just use Zillow, Redfin, and Trulia. But once you're up there, once you're moving and shaking a little bit and can afford it, get PropStream at ttpdata.com. There we go. All right, you guys are the best. Love you. See ya.